everyone, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you're new here then welcome. My name is Eve. I post all sorts of makeup and beauty related content, and today's video is on the new I Heart Revolution Fortunes and Crystals palette. I have already done a review with the more green one, which is called Good Luck Charms, and this is what the inside of that one looks like. I actually did really like this. I will link that video down below if you want to go and check it out because it's quite good. I believe these are about £8 each. I got them when Revolution were doing 3 for 2, but they're not doing that anymore. But let's just see what this one looks like on the inside. Now the other one was very shimmer heavy, and I've got a feeling this one will be the same. So this is what the inside looks like. It's got kind of nice wee feathers and crystals. Now those crystals maybe do look a wee bit dodgy to me, but never mind. That is what the colours look like. Some lovely kind of purples and pinks with a couple of kind of neutral shimmers thrown in there, a couple of greys. There is also a green. How many mattes have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes out of 18 shades. Now that does disappoint me. I do like having a choice of matte shadows, but nonetheless some of the shimmers in here look very pretty. The mattes have the wee crystals embossed into them, which is quite cute. So I'll do swatches. I'll do them now, and I'll go and I'll prime my eyes and zoom you in. I'll see you in a wee second. So I will just swatch kind of this row, and then this row. And some of them did swatch a wee bit patchy, but on the whole they're really nice. They swatch well. Okay, so I have just primed my eyes with MAC paint palette. It does look yellow, but I promise it looks okay once it's all blended out. I did just try and do a look and it didn't work, but that's my fault. It's not the palette, it was working fine. And also my cat's up in the windowsill making the strangest noises, so I thought best to start again. So what we're going to do is go in with the colour called Wealth, which is this purple here. Like I said before, there isn't a huge amount of mattes to choose from, so it does make it a bit trickier. And I've also forgotten how to do winged eyeshadow because I've not done it for so long. So I've swapped to this wee Spectrum brush, and this is a Spectrum 13, and I'll see if I can get a nice shape using this. Okay, and then I will take a wee pencil brush just to fill in the outer part. It looks a bit mad, but it will come together. And just blend that out a tiny bit with the pencil brush. And then I'm going to take a wee brush. This is a Morphe 506, and then I'm going to take this kind of brighter colour here called Power and use that to blend it out. Like, see with the really pretty shimmers in here, like see if they'd put a couple of nice mattes, kind of browns, that you could use every single one of those shimmers and made a really pretty look. I found with a lot of Revolution palettes lately, like not just these I Heart Revolution ones, I actually really like the colour story in the Lucky Charms, or the kind of more green one, but I find with a lot of their palettes lately I've just really not understood what they've done with their colour story. Like, give us more mattes please. Like, I'm a shimmer girl through and through, but it doesn't mean that I don't need my matte shadows as well. Okay, so we've got that to there, and then I'll take another brush, try and find another nice small one, and then I will take this kind of pastel down here called Flourish and use that to blend that out. I'm not even kidding, see the amount of time that I spend editing me spot cleaning brushes out of videos. It's actually a joke. I really need to wash them. Someone leave a comment and tell me to wash them because I won't otherwise. Okay, so it's blending out really quite pretty. So I'm just going to go back in with some more of the dark one, the medium one, kind of basically just build those colours up, and then I'll be back once I've cut my crease. Okay, so I don't know which shimmer to go in with. I'm really tempted to go in with this one because it's really, really pretty. But I do a lot of like kind of pink and kind of bluish, kind of greenish tones. So do you know, I think I will go in with, I don't know where to stick to the kind of purples or go in with the neutrals. Right, I'm going to go in with the neutrals because this colour called Precious looks really quite interesting. So this might be a total mistake, but we'll see. It's quite a kind of chunky formula. So I'll see how it works in the eyes, but it's a really unique tone, kind of orangey. And I'll just pat that on with my finger. And yeah, it is a wee bit chunky on the eyes. I should have taken off the shadow underneath first, but before I cut my crease, but I didn't do that this time. But that's a really pretty colour. I'm not sure it's the right colour, but it's pretty. I'm going to take that on a wee brush just to kind of get up at the edges of the cut crease. I really like that shade. I don't know if it's too bright on camera that you can't actually see the actual shade. It looks really, really pretty. And then I'm going to go into one of the darker ones, so I think I'll take the one underneath it, which is called Affluence. Just on that brush that I've just wiped off, and put this next to it. Is that showing up? I'll take a wee bit on my finger. Yeah, that's better. And then what I might do for the outer corner actually is take the colour called Intuition, this kind of more neutral, I would say it's got a slight olivey tone, and just pack that on the outer corner over that purple. Okay, it's going on a wee bit patchy over that purple. Right, I think that was probably a mistake putting that colour on. So I'll just go in with my wee what brush was I on? The wee brush that I had that original purple on, and just use that to kind of try and blend that a wee bit, I don't know. Yeah, that's going really patchy. I think it's the purple, you know. Just try and build that up a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's looking okay, and then anytime I touch it, it's just going patchy again. I should have left it at the purple. Okay, right, that's where we're at. It's not looking the best, I'm not going to lie. But we'll see, I'll let it sit a bit. I'll just go off camera and do the same on the other eye and my face makeup on, and I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so the rest of my face makeup is on. I think I'm starting to feel a bit better about the eyes now that the rest of my makeup is on. So let's just do the under eyes now. There's not really much I can do other than use the colours that I used already. But we'll use a really pretty colour on the lower lash line in the inner corner because there's some gorgeous highlight colours in here. Okay, so I'm going to just take some of that brown and just place some of that just in the very outer edge with a wee flat pencil brush, just to kind of match up with that top, just to there. And then I'm going to take some of the first purple, the darkest one that we used, and place that next to it and kind of blend into it. In fact, draw that all the way in. And then to blend that out, I will take the same mats that I used in the top because that's all there is to choose from. So this pink here, and use that to kind of blend that brown and that purple. Oh, that works really nicely down there. And kind of join this up and kind of blend a wee bit more here. This would look good with a winged liner, but I can't do a winged liner because of my eye shape, so I'm just going to wipe that off and then just take this lightest matte just to buff it out a tiny bit more. In fact, you know what we'll do? See with that liner brush, we'll take some of this dark brown and use this almost like a liner. Does that work? Not do. Probably was terrible. So let's take one of the shimmers. So we can either take this one, which is called Quartz, or we can take this one, which is called Celestine. Oh, they're both very pretty. But let's take this one here. So that's the two of them there. They're both quite similar. So let's take Quartz and put some of that on the inner corner. And that's a really pretty inner corner shade. Really nice and bright. And just bring this down here to meet those mats. And then with my brush, my eye fan brush by BH Cosmetics, I love this for doing my brow bone. Let's just put some up here, and this maybe slightly too bright for me, but it's fine. Just buff that in. And that is the eyes. I will do this eye, put my liner and lashes and stuff on, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you my thoughts on the palette. Okay, so this is the finished eyes. And I'll just zoom you out. Right, so I'm hoping that's okay because again I don't actually have my monitor other than the one that's on the camera screen. But this is the finished look. Lipstick is a 21. I don't think you'll be able to make that out. I'll link it down below if I remember. But this is the finished look. Now, I think it turned out gorgeous. Like, I'm not getting it wrong. Don't get me wrong, I was kind of questioning it while I was doing it, thinking, what is this going to end up turning out like? But I actually kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. But my issue is that they should have put more mattes in this palette, right? Because you've got these gorgeous neutral shimmers. So I would like to have had a lighter matte to blend that out. You didn't need these colours. So like those two colours, they're so similar in tone. Like even those two kind of more neutral colours are very similar in tone. I think if they did this like a few more neutral mattes to go with neutral shimmers, but kept some of the gorgeous, gorgeous pinks and purples, it would have been a total hit. It would have been an absolutely amazingly gorgeous palette, and you could do so much with it. But I feel like this is a palette that I wouldn't reach for all the time. Like, the shimmers in here they're so good. Like, Revolution shimmer formula is like, it's amazing. And I'm just checking filming, but I just don't know. I would probably only reach for this if I wanted to do a kind of pinky purple look. I wouldn't think to myself like to go into this palette to get the neutrals, even though those neutrals are stunning. Like, this isn't a look that I would do very often at all. I don't know if that's making sense or if I'm just absolutely shite, but I prefer the other one. So the other one has neutrals, right, and it has greens, and it also has like a lovely gold, a silver. Like, this one is far more versatile than this one. Now, don't get me wrong, these two palettes, I'll just show you them next to each other. These two palettes, like, you could make them work together really, really well. Like, see, if you went between those two palettes, you could get such a pretty look. But if you were going to buy one, I would say go with the Good Luck Charms. Personally, that's the one I prefer, even though this look did turn out very, very nice. I hope that's making sense. But anyway, if you made it to the end, then thank you very much. If you did like this video, then please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and that lets me know that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified of all my future videos. And also, please do leave me a comment down below. I do try and reply to all comments. I know sometimes I might forget, but I do try, and I do love to read them. So that is all for me for today. So bye.